We're here.
We're here with General Bok Choy, and we are doing the Mega Man TOS.
I'm not gonna say much because I don't know anything about the Mega Man game, so I'm just gonna be here for the ride.
Yeah.
Yay!
Like hear whatever random bullshit we say.
Yeah, I'll pop in whenever I'm mentioned.
Yeah. Okay. And there we go. I'm suited up. So yeah, we're already starting off with a pretty day 3, and we already got a pretty big list. It's on our hands.
In this case, of course, we're doing mainline Mega Man games.
Yeah, my list. Since I'm the one who's
Noah's the one who's played most of the Mega Man games. So I will be able to give my opinions on a lot of the classic and X games.
You've never finished most of those.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think you should start by listing the stuff that you haven't finished or haven't played enough of to put on a tier.
Unranked.
Yep.
So basically, the entirety of the Battle Network, Star Force, and Legends games, aims and Challenger from the future.
Yep.
For other reasons.
So we'll be ranking all of the platformers from the X, ZX, Zero, and the and Classic, with the exception of Mega Man Base Challenger from the future, for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm. I've tried playing it.
It's hard to emulate.
But yeah, point is, that's basically all. All the platformers. I have actually decided to label these each tier.
For ease of better communication.
And
Now the bottom tier. What is in the bottom tier?
E. Miserable.
Miserable.
Uh-oh. Let's starting with oh god. Oh no. Oh fuck.
It's Wily's Revenge.
Oh my god.
Game Boy.
Oh god, what do I Oh no. What is this game?
Pain.
The game is like absurdly hard.
Look, I know people know Mega Man for like being hard, but this game is just straight up genuinely unfair.
Mm-hmm. I shouldn't be dying on my way to Cup. I should be dying to Cupman.
Everything requires such a stupid degree of precision consistently throughout the entire game that it's just a miserable experience.
Not to mention it just feels so slow.
Yeah.
Oh, as well.
This game, they clearly didn't know how to properly develop a Game Boy game at the time, so
yeah, it is. Also, we have a weapon that straight up doesn't function correctly.
The Mirror Buster.
It doesn't work. It does not work.
It's supposed to reflect projectiles,
but only sometimes. I was.
Most of the time, the projectile goes through anyways and just destroys you.
Yeah. Point is, this game. I hate this game.
Yeah. For good reason.
And it is not. It is painful to play.
Mm-hmm.
And moving past that. Moving past that, we have the extreme games,
which basically fall under the same reasoning. Game Boy Color games in the Mega Man X series.
So extreme is basically just levels from the first two games, but you can't see shit.
Mm-hmm. But the performance, but downgraded in every aspect.
Mm-hmm. What are you?
That could be to the point where it becomes miserable.
Also, also the fact, also the, it's just, yeah, it's just, it is just not fun to play, and just
It just makes you wish you were playing the console version.
there's no reason to play this
Play
nowadays.
the original X games.
Also, the game decides to arbitrarily extend game time by splitting up the bosses in 2 different modes.
And having a final mode where you actually take on all 8. Like, it's pointless. It's just stupid.
Also, a bunch of unskippable cutscenes. It's a really dumb story.
Yep. Unskippable cutscenes in a Game Boy game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's just dumb and not fun.
Can you get down?
Bad.
I could say a lot of the other same things about Extreme 2, but sure, it's for the most. No,
Manny, stop going at the iPad.
I could say the same thing about. I could say a lot about the same things about Extreme 2. Except though it might be worse. First, it has a bunch of very questionable design decisions.
This was the first Mega Man game with 2 playable characters.
Well, I mean, what? No,
Was it?
no.
Huh?
First game. It's the first game that lets you swap up characters.
Yeah.
That's
What was
what-
the first with multiples?
The X4 was the.
So, alright. The first Mega Man game to let you swap between 2 characters. I was on the fly. Not counting X3 because that was miserable. Well, Zero. It's hardly his own character.
But thing is, okay, so let's see. X and Zero collect their own upgrades. Collect their own armor and heart tanks. There's eggs.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so when you beat a boss with one character,
Only that character gets the weapon.
and some upgrades need a certain weapon to get.
For a certain character.
And so if you beat the boss with the wrong on the wrong side,
You can't get at that weapon, at that upgrade. Why? Why is it designed like this?
I don't know.
Is it really that hard to update a trigger for both characters at once?
And also the excuse me. Also the game. Also the in-game upgrade. You break the game. And like the +2 upgrades. They're utterly broken. And just. Oh god, it's just I can't even describe. I can't really describe what it is. I just don't like these games.
Yeah. And what's the last thing in this tier?
Oh god. X7.
Oh boy.
Mega Man X7. I played this very recent. I played this. Now the thing is, this for some unexplainable reason used to be a lot higher on the list.
Yeah.
But then upon a recent playthrough,
No one realized just how miserable it is.
it is. What do I even need to say? I don't even need to say that hasn't already been said about the game.
And playing in 3D doesn't work well. Half the stages are miserably designed. Most of the stages are miserably designed.
And the voice acting is horrible.
Oh my God, there's a reason they changed Axel's voice in the next game.
God, the story, the fucking writing is terrible. Yeah, turn X into a completely unlikable asshole.
I'm seriously, X is written so poorly in this
Why must Reploids fight one another? I've had enough violence. And so I'm just gonna.
You know what X hates more than violence? Injustice.
No, you can't. No, I won't let you. No, I don't. No. Uh-uh. It's just so. It's
Everything about it is super frustrating.
yes.
And I'm glad Axel got proper implementation of that thing.
It is just a miserable experience. It's
Oh, yeah, Axel doesn't even have his own weapons in this game.
yep, they're identical to X's.
Really, because you need to unlock X.
Mm-hmm.
You unlock X by saving half of the Repoids.
So by the time you get him, he's
He's extremely underpowered. Because Zero and Axel will have been getting upgrades and not X.
mm-hmm. And also heart tanks are are not shared between in characters.
Which means that you can't evenly divide them among all three.
Mm-hmm. That's stupid. Also having one of the worst boss rushes ever.
Like, oh my god.
Because of how long it takes to fight these damn
the
things.
bosses are they're so slow in this game, so the boss rush takes like half an hour. The only solace is that you don't restart the level on game over and the bosses stay dead unless you exit the stage.
Yeah. Oh my god, the final levels are just
Miserable.
the final stage just drags. And I think if you quit at any point, you have to redo the whole thing. It's all one massive stage.
Both phases of Sigma are insanely hard if you don't know how to cheese them.
Yep. Yeah. Use V hanger for phase 1, and charge splash laser for phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because for some reason he doesn't have any iframe aims.
I have no idea if that's a bug or not. It probably is.
Yeah, you can. Point is, you
Because
can.
these games are also poorly programmed.
Yeah, this game is just. This game is.
This game is also poorly programmed.
And then also the fucking camera controls are really backwards. So it's you have to use the right stick to swap weapons.
Yep.
So that means you have you also have to you control the camera with L and R
Yep.
on a
these,
PS2 game.
Why are these inputs not switched?
I don't know. Also, just you can't customize your controls that well. Because of how stupid it. You can't really customize. Button mapping is basically impossible. Oh, due to how the game controls. Also, every button taking up something and yeah, X7 is horrible.
I can confidently say Mega Man had a rough transition to 3D.
Oh, the X series. Yeah, it's not that it can't work.
Mega Man X had a rough transition to 3D.
It's not that it can't work.
It just didn't in this case.
Everything about X7 was an attempt to just try and evolve the series.
It ended up being a miserable experience all around.
Oh, yeah, nobody liked it. So yeah, that is E tier. I fucking hate these. I have zero redeeming qualities.
Yeah, mostly most of E tier is shitty. Shitty Game Boy, shitty attempts at Game Boy versions, and Mega Man X7.
X7 fails on a fundamental level. So, onto D tier. You're flawed.
Yep, these games are generally not very good, but they do have some redeeming qualities to them.
This is where the hot takes probably start.
This is mostly games that have either aged poorly or just have more, or the problems outweigh the positives.
Why not?
At least in Noah's opinion.
Why not start with Mega Man, the original Mega Man?
Yep, put that in D tier.
Yeah,
Mega Man just isn't very good compared to the newer entries.
It's aged better than most. It's aged better than most NES games.
But most NES games aged yeah.
But okay, the game the game has real the game. Okay, the game has really. The, your, Mega Man is like really heavy in this game.
He's both heavy and slippery.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really hard to make precision. Precision is really hard to.
He controls like a fucking 10-wheeler.
Mm-hmm. Then and there. The bosses are just. Well, some of these bosses are just straight. Some of these bosses are just straight up impossible. Some of these bosses are like really unbalanced. And you ever try to fight an Elecman with just the Buster?
Turns out, if you stand in one specific spot and never let him step on these specific tiles, he won't attack. You can choose the fight because it's poorly programmed.
Same goes for Fireman. And yeah, don't forget they left in there's the select button. And you
Pausing resets invincibility frames.
Yeah, nice. Nice pausing resets invincibility.
Probably because it just tracks energy and health and weapon bars, but actually reloads every entity, so their invincibility frames are reset.
Yeah. So yeah. I just oh my god. Also the thing about spikes instantly spikes will kill you regardless of iframes.
You could just be knocked into a spike pit and have no chance of recovery.
It's all also like a lot of the weapons don't just a lot of the weapons just aren't very good. Your ass ain't pulling out super arm. That's for sure.
You only use it to get rid of block. You're not using hyper bomb like ever.
It's too.
It's literally easier to fight Gutsman with the Buster.
It's too slow. It's too slow. It takes too long to go off.
Rolling Cutter is alright. Ice Slasher isn't super practical. Firestorm and Thunder Beam are too broken.
And they give you way too much usage for both of them.
And for how good their effects are.
No, I think, yeah. And it's also just a really short game. And there's a total
of 10 levels.
Yep.
6 Robot Masters, 4 Wily stages.
And one of those Wily stages might not is barely even a level. Wily 3 is barely even a stage.
In terms of level count, the Wily takes up legitimately takes up to up 40% of the game.
Then there's that bullshit. Then there's the bullshit of Wily 2, Wily 1 and 2. Oh yeah, Wily 1 forces you to make sure forces you to use the magnet beam. And so if you didn't pick it up before, or you gotta go back and get it. It's just dumb.
It also means that you can't, unless you beat Gutsman first, you can't get the magnet beam without backtracking into a Elecman stage.
And so, Agent Nelson, yeah, you need it to beat the game.
Something is the main takeaway there.
And then there's like the whole like the thing is the last two stages are like really like barely even levels.
Yeah. There's corridor with penguins.
And the moving currents.
And currents.
And
then like 1 minute of platforming before you
gotta fight 4 bosses with no recovering.
Bosses in a row with no recovering.
And then Wily himself.
It is goofy.
but yeah, point is, and also I think a lot of big, massive first game syndrome.
A lot of things just weren't optimized. So the game feels kind of janky.
Yeah. Then, and I'd say afterwards, after that,
Are we sticking to classic series first?
I guess classic series would be, oh god,
What's this one?
Mega Man 9.
Oh boy.
Mega Man 9. Oh no. Oh no, I gotta. What do I say it?
What do you have to say about Mega Man 9?
Well, I finished it, actually beat it, like, fairly recently. I didn't.
Just didn't enjoy it.
I thought most of the levels were really annoying.
And a lot of and there's so many beginners traps. A lot of the level design felt like trial and error.
Goddamn Tornado Man stage. It can fuck off. Off. Oh my god. And the Wily stages are just terrible. Oh, yeah. I could really go on. On. I mean, I really like. I think the thing that has some of the. I do think it has some. 9 does actually have some of the best weapons in the classic series.
So that is a point in its favor, and it also, of course, the music slaps.
The story is extremely stupid.
Dr. Light was framed.
Dr. Light was framed somehow.
For setting robots loose on a rampage. Did nobody question that this was not something he would do?
It was because of a fucking tape. It was a fake tape from Wily.
He made a fake Dr. Light.
Yep. It's just it's so dumb. And it is insanely dumb. So, but oh yeah, the game does have extra content.
Yep.
The game does that. You can play as Proto Man.
For like $3.
Yeah, or if you're playing the Legacy Collection.
Or just have them unlocked.
Yeah, you just beat the game, and you unlock him. You want to play the game? Thought the game wasn't hard enough?
Superhero mode.
No, that's Proto Man.
There you
go. And you play and he takes double damage and double knockback.
He just has a shield when he's not attacking.
You know, when he's jumping.
Or when he's jumping.
He can reflect.
Shield when he's jumping.
And yep.
Yeah, reflects small projectiles.
I mean, his charge shot is really strong.
Because right, Mega Man doesn't have the slider charge in this game.
Oh right, yeah, that's it. They went backwards.
They removed the slide and charge.
And also decided to revert the game, go back to 8-bit. As well.
Which, like, I'm fine with that stylistically, but like,
it's a massive step back.
Like, after being excited to see where imagine being excited to see where the series would go, like, would evolve to after 8 and base.
Yeah.
Your goodies.
It's an 8-bit. It's an 8-bit game. Also, like several tracks from the game are straight up several tracks from the game are straight up ripped from 2.
Yeah.
The password system, the password theme, the game over theme, aim the boss select theme, aim the stage clear theme, even the wily map theme.
Very clear nostalgia pandering here too.
And also, yeah, that's why Mega Man doesn't have the slider charge. Okay. That is why Mega Man doesn't have the slider charge.
That wasn't how it was in Mega Man 2.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't. This game is just. This game is. I'm sorry. I don't.
Frustration.
And I don't. Yeah, I don't. I can't. It's. I'm sorry. Excuse you. Okay, so next up would be X8, right?
Yeah, I suppose if we're going to X series.
X8. I wanted to like this. I
You don't need no more treats.
We're doing a video, Grandma.
I really wanted to like X8.
It's an upgrade over X7.
And it's back to just it's back to just us 2D 2.5. It's now 2.5D.
Like the visuals are fine. Like I think the thing with X7 is it looked not very good actually.
No, and I disagree there.
Oh, X7 looked good.
Yeah, X8 does look kind of ugly.
X8 looks kind of ugly compared to X7, but at least the gameplay is more solid.
So the thing is X7 X8 it just does feel a lot better.
Or it feels more coherent.
And now all three characters actually feel good to play.
Which is very important, of course.
And so what's my problem?
Good question. What is your problem?
So it's most of the levels are literally just gimmicks.
Yep. Level design is far too gimmicky.
Let's see. You got two ride chaser levels. You got two ride chaser levels. One where you run away.
One where the whole level, basically the whole level is just running away from this giant robot.
And then chasing it.
Afterwards.
One of them is literally just a bunch of smaller missions.
That you're graded on based on how fast on how many enemies you killed or how fast you completed them.
One of them is fucking darkness.
It can completely be trivialized and made an extremely boring and straightforward level if you have the right.
If you have the right weapon.
You know the right weapon. And know to bring Axel.
Yeah. One of them. One of them involves flipping blocks.
Funny gravity gimmick.
Yay! Also have a really stupid mini boss. Also, you like avoid spike blocks. It's like.
It's goofy.
Yeah. Most of these aren't even levels. These are just gimmicks.
How many of them are like actual, like one to one? Is it auto scroller through the first and last section of the stage?
Oh right, yeah. And there's like one actual level,
which is
Bamboo Pandemonium.
Pandemonium.
What the fuck just came out of my mouth?
Oh yeah, there's there's a maverick named Bamboo Pandemonium.
But yeah, the level design is it is
level design.
It's just really gimmicky
And unfocused.
That's not even the extent of it. That's not even close to the extent of my problems.
Yeah.
It's the matter of collecting shit.
This game is miserable to 100%.
And so you wanna all right, so there is now you no longer find, so you gotta find, so this game has all kinds of parts you find. This game has a shop system to upgrade characters.
Yep.
So you gotta find a bunch of rare metals. Which are the things which are the upgrades. But some of these are in really stupid, are stupidly placed.
Like extremely stupidly placed. There's one where you have to carry the ride armor through the entirety of Bamboo Pandemonium stage.
And also have a spike. Also have one that lets you. Also have an upgrade that
Once you walk on spikes.
To get it. There's one where you. There's also one where you need to use one of Zero's weapon. It's to break. It's to break like a floor.
In the stage you get that weapon in.
There's also like so many of these that are just using the fucking charged crystal wall. Oh, there are so many that just involve that.
Just go to stand in specific location, charge weapon, and that's all there is to them. And there's literally no actual challenge to collecting those.
Oh yeah. Oh, you brought the wrong character, or too bad. Go back.
Yep.
Go play through the level again. And God forbid if it was right at the end of the level.
Mm-hmm.
On upgrading characters it takes so long just to upgrade characters.
It is extremely tedious.
And that's not even mentioning in New Game Plus. Says it.
Oh yeah, New Game Plus.
Where you can, mainly as a bonus, you can upgrade, as you can play as the Navigators. They're all just clones of the main three.
They're actually worse than them.
But you can upgrade. They can all be upgraded. I did that.
You want to truly 100% Mega Man X8, you have to upgrade all of these Navigators too.
And they take just as long
to upgrade.
And but even more. But it's like doing it is like really pointless. It's
considering all of them are actively worse than the originals in some way. Lair can't use Palette can't use Axel's copy shot. Alia can't use X's armors.
It doesn't have any armor property.
And Lair is probably the most directly comparable to Zero. Although she still can't use the
what?
Can't use Zero's black armor.
Yeah, they're just. So yeah, I have actually done this twice. Once on my original copy, and again on the X collection, on the Legacy collection. Yes, no, I'm not insane.
I'm pretty sure you're insane.
I did this. I wasted I wasted so much time, and I wanted. It takes so long just to do.
And the game is a slog.
Mm-hmm. Sure, if you're playing like that.
Mm.
But even then, you still got this. But oh, sure, that's what New Game Plus is for. Or you aren't supposed to do it all in one on the first playthrough.
Sure,
yeah.
Like I guess.
Because you even get their bonus armor, the extra armor for upgrading all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And Zero has an exclusive weapon in a New Game Plus.
So I guess that's neat.
But it's just. But the thing is, if the game itself is, if the game itself isn't. If the levels themselves aren't fun to play,
then it kind of falls apart.
I don't go back to X8 very often for those reasons.
And I don't think there's much else to say about that one. We've already spent most of the video talking about X8.
So, okay, X and D tier. Next,
we on to Zero series.
Yeah, the first, the original Mega Man Zero.
Yeah.
It's again more first game syndrome. I'm in a lot of stupid decisions. and a lot of really questionable decisions.
Mhm.
And like the cyber elf system. Uh, uh, um, uh, uh, um, um, I actually didn't know how to use it until I was almost done with the game.
Yep.
And because I don't think it was explained to me how it worked. Also, yeah, it's really grindy. And just really, I think, just also just really punishing at times.
Like 0-1 is a really stupidly unfair game sometimes.
The thing is, you aren't getting health upgrades in a normal playthrough.
You have to go. You have to be already doing good to get extra health.
Oh no, it's only just because it's the amount of cyber elves, the amount of crystals you need.
Mm-hmm. You need to grind for extra health.
Now you can even get you can get like 2 health bars. But nice, but good luck actually doing that. Due to how long it takes.
More grinding.
Yeah, it's just it's
same major flaw as X8. Funnily enough, too grindy.
Yeah.
A Mega Man game shouldn't be grindy.
So but that's really all I have to say about 0-1. It's just first game syndrome.
Yep.
And so then there, moving up, we have C tier,
Yeah, which is
it's mixed to or no strong feelings.
yeah, like either it's a game or I both love and hate this.
So starting with why not start off with Mega Man 2?
Oh boy, the golden child of the Mega Man series. These are a lot of people in the mid tier.
Yes. Because this game
Has not aged very well.
it's very unbalanced. The game with the really unbalanced weapon
Oh yeah, Metal Blade.
and in some stupid castle stages or Quickman stage.
Seriously, a good chunk of the levels are absolute nonsense in this game.
Or god the booby trap.
Oh, that boss is miserable.
Yeah, you need to be very precise with it. Or else you got a farm energy for Crash Bomb.
That being said, despite the lows, there are also some highs. Like in general, most of the level design is very solid.
Yeah.
Despite the few stinkers in the bunch. It has some really cool and memorable robot masters too.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Like Woodman.
Get down.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Going after the iPad.
So okay.
Why do you get off the iPad? Why do you want to? You're risky. Don't step on that, please.
For the
Sirs.
the end button is right there.
Yeah.
Sirs, please do not.
So
Have they ended streams before?
Like what?
well, before we switched to streaming.
Like we were just recording. Axel stepped on the button to stop the recording.
So anyways, is that cats aside? Mega Man 2 is just I don't know. I think it's very overrated game.
Like obviously there are things to enjoy, but like again, as with any game, I would suggest looking at things critically, but with an open mind.
Two just had. Also, don't forget the final level is just a straight. The final level is just a straight line. I'm you hold right. The fucking wily alien.
Ah, the wily alien.
Dr. Willy.
Yeah, the fucking alien
Yeah,
and projection.
He pretends that he was an alien all along, but it was a hologram. What was the point of this?
I don't know.
Why did he do this?
I swear there was some kind of explanation for it.
Like, genuinely, what was he hoping to accomplish?
The fucking alien.
Amazing.
Mega Man 3. Next up is Mega Man 3. Yeah, which... Okay, the released beta. That is Mega Man 3.
Yeah. That game is rough.
Yeah, you can really see the game was not released in a finished state. Hey, given you can plug in a second controller
And activate debug features.
It's like being able to get out of pits.
It's without taking damage.
Without dying. And there's also stuff also weird shit like being able to get Rush Jet without actually having it. A lot of the weapons are really stupid. Need I bring up the fucking Doc Robot levels?
God, the fucking Doc Robot.
They're it's the definition of padding. Play through the same stage again, but but harder.
Wow.
And also refight all of the bosses from the second game.
And for basically no good reason.
But with really large hitboxes, and they hit harder.
So it just, they cranked up the difficulty super artificially.
Seriously, fuck Doc Quickban.
Yeah. That fight is miserable.
Well,
You're gonna use an E-tank for it.
But yeah, and then you get to the final at the Wily Castle, and wait, why are there so many pickups? Why are these not? Where's the difficulty?
Wily Castle is disproportionately easier than Doc Robot on stages.
Is it also like the final room before Wily 6? It literally looks like a debug room, like a test room.
Yeah.
With all the items scattered about.
Goofy.
This literally looks like a test room. It's hilarious. And also the top spin destroying bosses because as it doesn't calculate iframes.
Yeah.
It was.
That is a thing.
And yeah, the fucking top spin.
And being entirely broken. It was difficult because of a programming error. Yeah, oh, thank you.
Top shit.
Yeah. Fun fact, Quickman in Mega Man 2 is difficult because of a programming error in his pattern. Decided to keep it like that for Doc Quickman for some reason. They should have just fixed him instead. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Please get down.
Cat, please.
He's like,
Why do you have such a strong urge to step on the iPad?
God damn. So okay. I should probably just move that on.
Move the TV tray?
Yeah, I should just move the TV.
Okay, yeah, move it, sure. Make him not smell cheese anymore.
context, cheesy chip.
Technical difficulties.
Yes, technical difficulties, everybody.
Oh gosh.
Well, cat-nickel difficulties.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh yeah, please, and now I gotta move. I'm going to move that.
Cool.
Okay, sorry about that.
Alright. Where are you putting this? There. Okay, there we go. There we go. I got on TV tray. No more cat interference.
Okay, so all right. As I was saying, yeah, Mega Man 3 is
But that being said,
there is a lot of things.
fun to be had with the game. And it has some cool weapons and.
Well, I mean, no, most of them are actually.
Actually, yeah, most of them suck now that I think
You
about
have
it.
you have a rush.
The introduction of Rush and the broken Rush jet.
Which very clearly was not intentional.
Yeah.
You clearly weren't meant to fly freely with it.
Like, it wasn't intended that the gauge didn't go down if you weren't standing on him.
Yeah, it's very, very clearly not intended to work like that.
But it does.
As in, well, every game afterwards would just
Just have him go forward, and you can adjust the height.
which is that was probably what it was meant to be.
But obviously they didn't have time to implement it correctly.
Yeah. But then, Mega Man 3 was released. Mega Man 3 was sold on they released half of what they were working on.
Yep, basically.
Because there was a strict deadline.
I'm for it.
So
I do wonder what kind of game it would have ended up being. If
we almost had a rush drill.
That would have been interesting.
So, all right. I think enough about Mega Man 3.
See, we've stuck around on that one for a bit longer than necessary.
That was just me in the chat saying hi.
Yeah. So then on to Mega Man 5. Wait, what do I even want to?
What do you even want to have to say about Mega Man 5?
It.
I guess the story's dumb.
The weapons are really bad.
But like the stage design is inoffensive. There's some pretty decent ones.
But it's nothing really that it's nothing too. I was trying to find it introduced beat.
Yeah.
There's
just not much to say.
I can't really say nothing to really say about Mega Man 5. Dang it. There's nothing to really say about Mega Man 5, honestly.
It is the Mega Man game of all time.
Mega Man and World 2. Okay, this one's a bit of a guilty pleasure.
Like the game is, like it's very clearly he made by inexperienced developers.
Mm-hmm.
There's some weird level design decisions and the music.
Oh god, the music.
For your own sake, play this game muted.
And then also listen to the.
I listened to the reimagined soundtrack for it.
Yeah.
This
is the restored soundtrack.
Because as it is.
Oh, the music is ear poison.
Yep.
But I don't know. I can beat this really quickly. Usually if I got nothing better to do.
The fact that it's super easy lends it well to just being kind of replayed.
Oh, it's kind of that pick up and play.
I feel, but ultimately also does sacrifice a lot of impact that the game could have had. Since it's since it doesn't really stick with you.
That's the fucking story.
He is goofy.
Wily steals a time machine and
kidnaps future Mega Man and reprograms him into one of his robots. Quint. Yay.
It's Mega Man on a fucking pogo stick.
Why is he named Quint?
I don't know. I don't know. It's Mega Man on a damn pogo stick, or jackhammer, but
it's a music thing.
Jackhammer, but what?
We're doing a video. Yes, we're doing our video for today right now. No, we're in. Oh my god. No, why you need right now? Oh, you can wait.
Maybe I can help her.
You can help.
Could you help?
Hey, Klaus will help.
Yeah, I can help.
Klaus can help.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bok Choy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can help you.
Yeah. Okay, so
sorry
anyways,
about that.
Sorry about that. So, all right. I think World 2 is inoffensive.
But ultimately lacks a lot of substance.
It's an also yeah. We don't talk about Quint.
We do not talk about Quinn.
He was so bad they didn't even bring him back for DLC as a bonus stage
Age of Mega Man 10.
because he doesn't have a level of his own level.
Do you fight him in World 5? I think you do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, not much to say there. Mega Man 8.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. I just have no strong feeling. Yeah, five was no. I haven't this game. It were no strong feelings.
Like, he played through 8 recently to address its tier placement, and it's just... It exists.
I don't know.
He came out of it not feeling any strong way about it.
And it's pretty underwhelming for an anniversary game.
And like, I hear some people be like, "Oh, this game is miserable."
Or
this game is an underrated gem. It exists.
It exists. Nothing. It doesn't do any. Yeah, just I really have it. It's people mainly just know it for the terrible voice acting.
Which, admittedly, is probably the most memorable part of the game.
That's a good question. And yeah, I don't know. I
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Mega Man 8 is. Yeah, it exists.
It certainly is a game.
All right. Next up would be 02. Mega Man 02.
Not the Kirby boss or the anime girl.
Okay, Mega Man 02 is a Mega Man 02 is a yeah, it is an improvement. But it still has more. It still has a lot of the issue.
Is it the original?
Like the star system. And when it comes, all your upgrading your weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The star system is still annoying.
Yeah, you need to make your weapons stronger it's just dumb.
As previously stated, it is not very fun to grind in a Mega Man game.
And also the EX skill you get are only if you got on a high rank.
And so if you're not gonna get the cool super moves unless you're really good at the game.
You get the cool special moves. Though to be fair, you can now just find. Something I didn't mention about X8 and 01 was that there were no lives.
Oh yeah.
You had retry chips.
So you had to buy extra lives.
I had to farm for them. It was just dumb.
I should have just removed the life system.
And 02 brought back the life system. Also you can now find sub-tanks in stages.
God.
Instead of... Oh yeah, those were locked behind... A lot less shit is locked behind cyber elves. And also I think cyber elf costs are slightly... are reduced a little.
Also, it's a lot more manageable to deal with in the system.
And then it does feel a lot more balanced, but it's still got problems.
I'm definitely a step in the right direction, though.
So, with that, so then on to both games
in the ZX series.
Yeah, I don't know where these fall under.
Just a really, really weird game.
I was very. These fall under both of descriptions of C tier.
Yeah, both mixed feelings and no feelings at all.
It's very paradoxical.
Yeah.
About how I feel about these games. Is I either feel some things or no things. So the ZX games are. I mean, I like the whole gimmick of it being able to all the transformations. And shit.
And the different armors for different scenarios. It's cool.
The game also has a horrible map system.
That is extremely confusing to navigate.
but
It's reminiscent of Kirby and the Amazing Mirrors map system, but that game had a better map system than this.
oh yeah, it tries to call itself some call it a Metroidvania when it really isn't.
It really just doesn't have the hallmarks of that genre.
Uh, 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 yeah, it really doesn't.
It's not like you're like locked out of areas based on abilities in the original game.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know it.
I guess it's more justified calling this in Advent a Metroidvania,
But not
but
really.
still not really, since it's still mostly linear.
Advent does fix a lot of things, but it introduces more problems. Like this game's transformations are fucking terrible.
Well, they are like
Really
not
gimmicky.
You're not using most of the.
Who is using
the
Bifrost?
Oh, it is so slow.
Oh, and too big.
Oh, it has such a massive hitbox.
Oh, I see. Okay. I gotta put this. It just. And oh yeah, you at least get the original. One. Though.
Yep. So that's something, I guess.
The game ZX Advent also ends on a massive cliffhanger. Or if you beat the game on Extreme,
Because of course
that
it
will
does.
probably never get resolved.
Because of course it does. Why would it not?
So Z, I don't know. I don't really have much to say about the ZX games. Their placement here is very paradoxical.
Oh, they fit both criteria somehow.
I just don't. I don't know. It's really complicated.
It's just not the right audience for the ZX series, I suppose.
I don't know. Yeah. I was just trying. I was like, get the fucking medals.
Oh yeah, those medals are bad.
Right, and then in B we have the good tier. Yeah, C sure had a lot of entries, didn't it?
Now for something with less entries.
All right, Mega Man World 3.
Yep, the
Eight.
third game in the Game Boy. Quintology. Pentology.
Pentology.
Third game in the Game Boy. Pentology.
It is definitely an improvement. Once again, it continues to improve. It actually feels like a Mega Man game. And this is the one that has that combines levels from 3 and 4, or I'd say does it pretty well. It's a lot more balanced. It's a lot more it's a lot more well designed. And also it has Punk.
Punk is rad.
Yeah, it has.
He's a rad dude.
I think 3 3 is definitely an improvement, but not really much to say there.
Other than it's better.
Then on to that is after that is Mega Man World 5. The one that was that actually got to be original.
And introduced its own original robot masters. I'm sorry, Star Droids.
Alright, so then there.
We've got some really cool designs, even though some of them are reminiscent and are clearly based on other robot masters.
So this game thing is I don't know. It's just some of the level design is a bit hit or miss. It's on it though. It's the.
Oh, it's generally good though.
The Wily Star. The Wily Star is one massive state age that just goes on.
It is so.
Yeah,
so
like
long.
four. You gotta fight Quentin the Mega Man killers. And the boss rush, and like a forfeit is Wily fight, right? And then top it off with a fight with Sunstar.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's gain upgrades can take forever, because grinding P chips is not as easy as grinding screws.
Because they're a lot more scarce.
and also don't forget the crystals you can collect,
To give you
which force random force backtracking on you. It's really dumb. It's like really dumb. But yeah, World 5. I'd say I appreciate I like the like they tried to do something different.
and even if it's not the high point of the series, it's still a solid entry.
Then there's Mega Man 7. I used to play this all the time when I was younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, upon further upon further replay,
And it's not exactly the god tier game originally.
7 is well, for one, it's got like the one of the worst startup arts to any Mega Man game.
And you're having an extremely slow intro sequence, and oh my god, that text speed.
You can't skip. It's like 4 minutes. It's like 4 minutes. You can actually start the game.
Like seriously, it is too many cutscenes.
Too much.
I wish you could fast dialogue, like you could button mash to skip it.
And then like when you get a weapon, you gotta sit through this more unskippable dialogue.
Or because of course you do.
Explaining, where you ask, this weapon does that, right? Yes. Yes, it does. As it can also do this. Okay, you got the weapon.
And here, good weapon. Yeah, use it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just the whole. Also, again, the fucking story. This game introduced bass.
Yep.
In a really stupid way. His first instinct. The first thing you see upon meeting him, he just starts attacking you.
This guy's definitely not a villain.
And yeah, he's on a mission to fight and to take out Wily. And then he gets beat, and then you don't really hear about him, and then you find him. Then you find him in Shade Band state, it's damaged. Mega Man decides to let him and White repair him.
Turns out Bass was working with Dr. Wily.
He was made by Bass and Treble were made by Wily.
Who would have guessed? Another difference between English and Japanese versions.
Yeah.
More characters could tell you about the weapons when you got them.
Yeah, I know that.
Interesting.
And so, but the thing is, it's just a really stupid. Mega Man feels really betrayed.
By this.
But you barely.
I get it. He's into each childlike.
But thing is, you barely even see him.
There's hardly time to form an emotional connection with Bass.
And that I trusted you.
And they designed him to look so sinister in the first place.
They just designed him
it's not surprising in any way.
But thing is, I mean, hey, you can at least have a cool fight with him.
Yeah.
Have a cool fight with a super adapter.
Even if he is a mini boss for some reason.
You fight him twice.
He's never actually a proper stage boss. And just the mini boss preceding this turtle thing.
And your guts man. Guts man.
Yeah.
I think it's also this game also has to have an intro and a mid stage. Age 2.
I feel like this game might genuinely go up to A tier if you were able to skip dialogue because it slows down the pacing.
And then Wily
so
Capsule
much.
7.
Oh yeah, and Wily Capsule 7, that too. They literally designed it so that you'd have to have full E-takes to finish it.
They designed it so it to be as hard as possible.
I need to ask, why though?
Yeah. And then, I gonna do what I should have done years ago.
Hi, Wiley.
I am more than a robot.
Yeah, that's that's poor translation.
The
localizers taking some interesting liberties.
Because in the original, Mega Man stops after Wily reminds him, "You can't hurt me. That's against the rules." That's
Just they really
That's
just
the
tried
number
to be,
one law rule law of robotics.
like they really just tried to be super edgy for no reason there.
I am more than a
Yeah,
robot.
Mega Man wanting to shoot Wily is honestly justified. That is very true.
Yeah.
Considering, yeah, he was tricked by Wily using base, and this trust almost got Dr. White killed. Wily, he crossed the line with that one.
But no, I am more than a robot. Die, Wiley. Just the slow
The way they frame the...
Okay, you at least had this cool walk cycle in the credits.
Yeah.
This is the Mega Man walking behind in the burning fortress. That's at least cool.
That's Brad.
Assuming you're playing in the original version, and not on the Anniversary Collection, which just removes that for some reason.
Hey, burning buildings weren't a good thing to show.
I don't know.
That's my only guess.
Or because the game was built from rebuilt.
It was rebuilt from the assets they had, and I guess they missed that.
I don't know. Was 7 is 7? It's still. 7 is still playable.
Yeah,
but it's not one I go back to, but it has enough. It has enough good.
It definitely doesn't deserve the hate some people give it.
Yeah, but next would be X2.
Yep.
Which I don't know. I think it took a lot of time for me to come around onto the game.
I remember you really didn't like X2 when you were younger.
I think I mainly wasn't playing optimally.
Like you didn't understand like how the X Hunters moved,
or like just as how to play the game with in the least backtracking.
And when you do, it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah. Sure, even if going after the X Hunters is ultimately trivial.
It just feels bad to abandon Zero, man.
Because it doesn't really change the ending. And also they come back. You fight them in the fortress anyways. So that didn't really do anything. Anyway, yeah, but the X2 definitely does. It's at least. As a sequel, it does do a lot odd.
Right.
It introduced the air dash. Most importantly. And also was where Zero got his current look.
Okay, so that's super cool.
And with his with the Z Saber. It did set up a lot about Zero.
And gave him a lot of his current identity.
And also dropped a bunch of hints about
his origin.
And then also I wonder who the scientist seems to know. This dude seems to know a lot about X.
X and not like him.
And even knows who Dr. Light is if you're playing the Japanese script. Managed to. That's exactly Zero. Actually upgraded Zero.
Oh, which Dr. White wasn't able to do because he didn't understand how Zero was built.
Yeah.
Just the little things.
The thing is, yeah, X2 was a worthy follow up, but not on the same level as the original or the first game.
But definitely a very serviceable experience.
Then X5. Oh man, I don't know how to describe this game.
It's complicated. But mostly positive.
It has a really stupid RNG endings. Yes, stupid RNG endings. And yes, yes, an upgrade a part system that isn't really explained to you. Yes. Choosing Zero was not a good idea at the start.
Or because X misses out on the Falcon armor.
The fourth armor.
On the fourth armor.
Yes, the armor system is dumb. But I don't know what it is. Most of the levels themselves aren't that bad.
Like there are some cool levels in this one.
Not Tidal Whale though. Oh, that one can fuck off. Not Tidal Whale. That can fuck right off.
Doth make whale learn.
And also the start of Volt Kraken. The Volt Kraken stage is also kind of annoying. The weapon, and also it has some of the better weapon. And the last good set of weapons.
The last generally great set of weapons in the series. It was very hit or miss for the latter trilogy.
For the last
For the last 3 games.
Also, I think it's just it was just I think the whole story just this was meant to be the last in the X series.
And then X6 happened without Inafune knowing.
And then they went. I mean, seriously, they went out. They really went out with this game's story.
Very climactic and
like giant iron colony
threatening to destroy the planet
and spread the virus everywhere.
Yeah, this very much seems like a final boss.
Yes, there's really that
final. There's sense of finality to
it. X and Zero finally facing off after X3 alluded to it.
Yeah.
And in hell, even if you play as Zero, if you're doing it with Zero, you fight X in his ultimate armor.
Yep.
Not the same in other way. And with X, X in black armor is Zero. Although,
yeah,
I'm guessing that just means black armor is not canon.
Probably.
And
I mean, yeah, it's Dr. Light giving it to you in most.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously it's not canon.
Mainly obtained through, and it's usually just obtained through cheating.
So yeah.
But thing is, then there's like the final showdown with Sigma. He becomes a pre-rendered image, and you just know to strike his ass.
Yeah.
But he also mentions how he was until he met a certain scientist that has the same that also hates X, but sees X but thinks of Zero but thinks of Zero as if he was like a son to him.
Yeah.
I mean, and also Zero Zero set making the ultimate sacrifice for. It's insane. It's better if he stayed dead. And an X lived on.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
God, the Zero's ending dialogue.
Yeah.
I'm finally gonna die.
I forgot he said that.
It's finally time to go.
Oh my God.
As he sees a bunch of memories. This is it. I'm finally gonna die.
That is quite the line.
The thing is, I can't bring myself to hate X5.
Well, despite its flaws.
There is a game, and also the time limit. The time limit too.
Mm-hmm.
It will also affect being a bit annoying. But it can clearly work.
As shown by the many.
As shown by the improvement. I think the improvement patch.
Which easily elevates the game to A tier.
But we're talking official games. And so I think X5 could work.
Definitely has a lot good going for it.
So moving on into A tier, A tier,
which is the largest tier.
Great. It's about as large as C.
It's larger than C.
Larger than C.
C had how many games is that?
8.
8 games in it. This tier has 13. It has 11.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's start off with Mega Man 4. This one is four. I think four is kind of or is a bit underrated.
Definitely underrated.
It proceed. Where I think where the series actually started to get good.
It had a rocky start, but 4 was where they really solidified. I'd think.
The start of the start of what I like to call the fake out trilogy.
Yeah, because all of the stories had this fake out thing going on for some reason.
Oh, this character. Okay, I think 4 handled it the best.
Because it wasn't a rehash of what came before.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Wiley blackmailed. Dr. Wiley.
Like the way it's framed, there's just this new antagonist. Because like Dr. Wiley's in jail,
or missing.
presumed missing or dead, and oh nope, he was alive.
Ivan. Oh well, turns out he was. Oh, he was forcing. He was
blackmailing this poor guy by kidnapping his daughter.
Yes. Yes. You betrayed me, Proto Man. Now I'm gonna break you, Mega Man. It also it does have a really stupid ending with the escape door.
Yeah. Silly.
The thing is, 4 does so much. It does so much to progress the series. He's like introducing the charge shot. I'm just having some really solid level design and some pretty decent weapons too. Toadman.
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 Toadman. Bottom text.
You just shoot him, and you shoot him, and he just doesn't. You just shoot him, and he doesn't attack.
Quite amusing.
There's also fucking Brightman's weird AI. Brightman. There's also Brightman's weird AI with how he jumps or uses his weapon.
And because he's set to use things at specific HP. So if you hit him with one shot and then just charge shot, he'll never freeze time.
Yeah. I think the thing is, 4 is just really solid. A big improvement over the first 3.
Mm-hmm.
Over the original trilogy. And right next to that is World 4.
Or the.
Or I'd say would be the best of the Game Boy Pentology.
Mm-hmm.
It also introduced the shop system as well. Including in the weapon and super tanks.
Which would appear in Mega Man 7's and in a few games later.
This was the game that introduced the system. It's just a really solid conversion.
And really shows how they progressed from that game.
Fucking zero redeeming qualities. It isn't. Also, it has the ballad cracker.
Or ballad cracker is goated.
You fire it in all directions. It can fire in all directions. And
boom, 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 explode.
Yep. It's just okay. Yeah, World 4 is just a really solid time.
I'm very fun game.
So then this is a very recent addition, and from like a few months ago.
Mega Man 11.
Mega Man and Bass.
Mega Man and Bass.
Ace, I like avoided this game for the longest time.
Yeah.
Because of what I heard about it. I never actually got around to legitimately playing it.
He did play it on the emulator, but like performance and not feeling right on the
cheating.
All right, you were cheating and just completely ignoring most of the content.
I was using invincibility. What fucking loser does that?
Who plays a Mega Man game with invincibility on?
On what? No, you're missing. You're missing the. No, you.
No wonder you found it to be miserable. It must have been boring as hell.
I don't know. I don't know what the. The thing is, yeah, I did eventually replay the game. I did eventually do a full actually do a full playthrough of the game.
And it was
It-
honestly quite surprising how much you ended up enjoying it.
And I don't think this game deserves the hate it gets.
It's definitely, if Mega Man 2 is overrated, Mega Man and Base is overhated.
Like the things about the game not being balanced around both characters, or their boss design, or the bosses being being unbalanced, and well, that has been a thing since the beginning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me do it. It's not a bad game. It's a difficult one.
It's just
exactly.
it's not bad. It's just it's just a lot. It's just difficult.
Well, then that turns a lot of people off from it.
And also but the thing is, the game does actually work around both characters.
It's honestly a lot better than most people say it does.
I think people are getting it mixed up for the other Mega Man and Base.
Yeah.
Is from what I played of it.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Which honestly, it's surprising considering it's basically just it just reuses assets from 8. But it does it in such but has a lot more memorable level design. There's more going on.
Of course, it also has Pirate Man.
Yes, it has Pirate Man. It has Pirate Man.
Arg, pirate.
Okay, sure. Dynamo Man can go fuck off, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, screw that guy.
Often, yeah. King Stage 2.
That is certainly a level.
King Stage 2 is terrible. Is a terrible level.
Well, ultimately, these points aren't enough to bog down the experience too much as a whole.
Oh yeah.
Although obviously those definitely do keep it out of S tier.
I think Mega Man and Base is great. I think Mega Man and Base is a great game. Assuming you're playing the SNES version.
Oh yeah, not the one with horrible screen crunch.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Mega Man and Base is something you should. And also, I think it's another thing holding it back is the CD is collecting all the CDs.
These isn't particularly fun to do,
Especially with most of the Rush Search ones. Oh yeah, Rush can take damage. Rush can take damage while digging.
Good luck with the Clown Man, no, Magic Man mini boss,
or the one in Ground Man
also
stage.
The one in Ground Man stage.
There's things you need to be very be fast.
Yeah.
Also, you might need to buy upgrades to even unlock, to even make and know what you're doing, to know how many are left and where a CD is hidden.
Yeah, the CD system isn't particularly graceful, but ultimately you can just completely ignore
you can't
them.
ignore it. It's just for like it just gives you a bunch of trivia
about previous Robot Masters.
There's another characters. Bad point, easy to fool.
Became a douchey. In the official translation.
Dr. Wiley with with an E.
Dr. Will.
Dr. Wiley.
Dr. Wiley.
At least it's not Dr. Willie.
Dr. Willie.
Dr. Willie.
Dr. Willie. So, but yeah, I think I recommend Mega Man and Base. Assuming if you have some experience, if you're experienced with the.
It obviously shouldn't be anyone's first Mega Man game.
That's for sure. But yeah, one thing holding it back could be the end, the fucking King 2.
And the CD system being a little not very graceful.
And there's I spent a lot of time on this one.
Just
this year actually.
Mega Man powered up.
Holy shit! yeah, you take a. It's a remake of the original game, of the first game.
And it is so much more polished.
It should add so much. It had so much.
It has like more extra content and replay value than any other game in the series.
There's like 10 play. There's like over. There's like there's 13 playable characters.
Admittedly, most of them boil down to just a gimmick. An art super fun to play through the whole game as, but
Oil man.
it is certainly a fun novelty.
And there's also like a challenge mode for each character, for each of the main, for each of the main characters, for Mega Man and the Robot Masters.
The boss challenges where you can pick any character.
Or there are also 2 bonus characters.
Or in the forms of Roll and Proto Man.
And Proto Man is actually a reward for beating challenge mode.
Or you can just download him directly.
Or you
could
do other you have other ways of getting him. I
Yeah.
won't say how. Oh. Oh.
Probably one of the best challenge rewards being Proto. Absolutely.
Because challenge mode is I've been playing challenge mode. It's brutal.
Also, the reward is definitely worthwhile.
Oh, Proto Man is utterly broken.
And he makes he makes playing through the game an absolute joke with his instant charge shots.
I'm sure he does take double damage.
But that's honestly
he also jumps really high.
It's honestly a moot point with the amount of power he's packing.
Mm-hmm. And
Charge shot is default buster, and I love that because you deserve OP at that point.
you deserve God mode.
Yes.
And also, the game is fully voiced. It's too. It has full voice acting.
It
so many
way more personality to the original Robot Master.
It also has a bunch of scenarios. You can also play through it as all the Robot Masters.
Or is it get unique dialogue for each of them? Though some of them do have reused lines.
But
Gutsman's a notable one who doesn't change dialogue very often.
and
In his confrontations.
oh god, Gutsman is Gutsman has a very sexist
It's
dialogue.
really just Roll's dialogue with most characters being questionable.
Gutsman kind of just boils on being sexist. And the other ones are
Trying to flirt with her.
or there's copy roll.
Copy Roll.
Did somebody forget that they're
That rock and roll
Are
are
mates- are-
siblings?
Did someone forget that?
I think someone forgot that. But that's not really a point in ranking this game. Just an
But
observation.
the amount of even if you're a purist,
And you can play classic mode, which
you
has
play
this-
old style.
which has the original, which has all the original physics and mechanics.
Original level design.
Has all the original level design, and even re-adds the magnet beam, which is absent from new style.
Because of the additional robot. Oh yeah, the game introduced 2 new robot masters.
Masters in Time Man and Oil Man.
And it's
And to include them.
Mega Man Powered Up is this is what a remake should be.
Yeah, this is like the gold standard for remakes. It's really.
It was on the PSP of all things.
And so not a lot of people have actually
The
gotten
game
it.
did not sell very well.
Not so well, and honestly, it's a shame.
And because they wanted to make this it's a sub-series.
And because of poor performance, the series did not continue.
Mainly due to Mega Man's
And the Mega Man fatigue at the time.
of the 2000s.
And kind of just poor circumstance.
Wrong. It was the wrong time at the wrong place.
Like, I would have absolutely loved to see the series continue.
And also, like, the game is like not gotten a re-release.
Seriously, and they shut down the servers, so
It actually like just recently.
like, come on,
It,
re-release this game, Capcom.
I play it.
Play it. If you have the means to play it, play it.
Then next up would be, so you go from Mega Man 9
To Mega Man 10.
And wow, this is an improvement, and a lot more consistent level design.
I'm solid weapon and
3 playable characters.
so in the original version, of course, that's like a DLC.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, pretty baller challenge mode.
Do you even get to refight the Mega Man killers and get their weapons? And the
Only
Mirror Buster works.
Erickson, yeah, you can use them all with Mega Man. Yeah, Mega Man can use all the Mega Man killer weapons.
and boy, Ballad Cracker's just as busted here as it was in Mega Man and World 4.
It 10 does so much to improve the experience.
And it is a joy.
Yeah, I go back. I think I've gone back to this one many times. And so I think I've gotten nearly every achievement on it except for Mr. Perfect.
Jesus Christ, what kind of masochist came up with that one?
And yeah, hey, it's better than beat the game 5 times in one day. I don't have the time for that.
I don't think most people have the time for that.
Beat it in 5 times in one day.
So, we're out of classic series?
So
no, we're not out of classic series yet because...
Mega Man 11. Yes, I understand. $30 for...
Well, about as much content as you get in one of the earlier classic games.
But it's probably a bit much. Prices.
I do think it is slightly overpriced.
For the game having a really lackluster challenge mode and not much extra content. But I think the core game itself.
Alpha is fundamentally really solid.
And with it had some really good weapons.
It's like, oh my god,
there's use for at least all of them.
There is at least some use for every weapon this time around, which is something that is very hard to say for most games in the Mega Man series.
Yeah, the level design is also very solid for the most part. Solid.
Mostly solid.
Bounce man.
Bounce man.
So the thing is, I played the game on casual.
Well, since
I tried playing normal, but I tried playing on normal, but I
sometimes you just got to adjust for your difficulty preference.
Yeah, normal is basically might as well be hard mode.
They better bring back the weapon hazard future regular games. Probably one of my favorite design changes in the series. I know, and that's a lot of people hated that for some reason. That's how it was originally envisioned.
Yeah, they always wanted to.
They always wanted Mega Man to have like more than just a power
actually look like he copied the robot. Actually, just take elements from the Robot Master.
So that was such a cool design element.
And yeah, that's something they always wanted to do, but it could never or due to limitations. And so there. Yeah, it's just, and I'd say it's also the first game in nearly a decade.
They definitely came back strong.
Albeit even if it's lacking in some parts. It's also, yeah, the double gear system is a cool mechanic.
It gets integrated well into the game without being something you're forced to utilize constantly.
So yeah, 11 is a worthy revival. Oh, that actually pushed the series forward.
And I'm very excited to see where our series goes next.
So, on to next up in A tier. Here is X1.
The original Mega Man X.
X, and again, I'm trying. What is there to
say that hasn't already been said about this game?
I'm just solid design. Solid design. It's just a very well designed game.
It has aged extremely well.
Oh yeah.
It's still fun to go back to. Even a mediocre mobile port of this game is a blast.
Yes, I will probably yes, the one with a bunch of my and the one
The
with
one where you can buy weapons in Zerly.
you can buy everything, and or you can also buy the soundtrack to Maverick Hunter X.
Pog.
X for $2.
Why did I use that?
I don't know why you can't just unlock that. That's not something you can just unlock.
But moot point.
I don't know.
But at least they don't lock any actual game content behind microtransactions.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, and I do. Yeah, X1 is a. I I don't know what to. I don't. If you haven't played it, if you're a fan of the series and haven't played it, I just bracket or just to anyone.
Just to really anyone interested in getting into the Mega Man series,
this would be a good place.
This would be a very good place to start.
So
it's challenging but not overly punishing.
And also then there's right next to it is the 2005 remake.
Of Maverick Hunter X, which
it's
fundamentally it's basically the same game.
Yeah, it's a very faithful. It's a very faithful remake.
Obviously, there's some tweaks and additions, but like it's hardly enough to change the tier.
Like how you can like how the the foot part is moved to the capsules are kind of moved around.
Yeah.
But doesn't really change much in terms of progression. But doesn't change a whole lot in terms of progression. And I think one of the main things was you can. Zero's Buster actually has Zero's Buster actually functions differently, and I think deals double damage to bosses.
For making things harder on yourself and not picking up the hard part earlier, you get rewarded with a really strong Buster in Endgame.
Yeah. It's sort of
the way Zero die at the end of the single stages rather than the first stage changes the pacing of the end game.
Yeah. It does. It also the game has more context. It gives you more.
They give you way more context
as to what's going on, and also I think you. Zero. The final encounter with Vile with the third stage is more. It has changed things a lot. On having Zero's death and Zero dying and giving you his Buster, or if you didn't choose and get it yourself. But yeah, it does. And also, there's also you can play. If you beat the game unlocks hard mode,
and also the ability to play as Vile.
Because Zero in this game would basically just be a stronger X.
Considering he canonically doesn't have his saber.
That's right.
Yet.
Yeah, X10 does not. Doesn't have his full. Doesn't have his full arsenal. X10 was unfinished. So they felt Vile is a very unique play style. I'll probably be the first to admit it. I'll probably admit this. I don't think I didn't actually finish Vile's story.
He was very hard to play.
I didn't even beat the intro stage.
Wow.
Maybe sometime I'll get around to it.
As of now, I don't think it affects the ranking of the
but
game.
It's definitely not as much.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay, but
yeah. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, definitely not as extensive as if it's powered up extra content.
But there is some stuff there.
Also, this is the first time Day of Sigma was. This is where you could also watch Day of Sigma.
Was this where it debuted?
Where it debuted. Also as a prequel OVA.
Okay, so that's cool.
Again, they originally wanted this to be a full. They wanted to do this for X1 through 6. But yeah, poor sales led to that not happening. And but yeah, I'd say you could. I don't think it does. It does. Yeah. Maverick Hunter X. X is on the same level.
What was the original? Oh, it's really a matter of preference as to whether you prefer the classic version or the updated version.
Then after that is X3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Black Sheep, even the SNES trilogy.
It's definitely quite an oddball.
Well, for one, the damage output it is a lot higher for some reason.
Like from the player?
Yeah, for you take so much damage.
You take so much damage in this game.
And also, well, I think I mainly hear problems about the backtracking. But there actually is a path. There is a path that only requires you to backtrack one time.
Which time?
And that's in Tunnel Rhino.
Yeah.
Where you start with him first because you fucking need Tornado Fang for nearly everything.
So there is a minimum backtracking order, even if you start with a pretty tough boss.
Now Tunnel Rhino is pretty easy.
Really? Okay.
Tunnel Rhino's an easy boss.
I'm not sure I didn't really play X3.
That's why most this is my list.
Mostly your list. Because you're the Mega Man fanatic.
Yeah. So and sure. Yeah, there are a lot of things. It does introduce a lot of things, but aren't really handled that well. Oh, like Zero, who's barely even playable at all. Despite the fact, I think the back of the box marketing saying play as either X or Zero.
Zero's hardly in the game as a playable character.
Yep. He can't collect items, capsules.
We'll fight bosses or even mini bosses.
You can only play as him for like about a minute.
Before you reach a point where he's like, oh, no, can't use it. Yeah, XD really is best first playthrough rather than repeated after you know where everything is and how to get them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of figuring out what to do and where.
After that, it is
more just routine.
And
after that,
X3 is a fun time. To me, if you want to play the game, if you do want a way to play the game without these issues,
there is the Zero Project.
Play the Zero Project.
And easiest tier.
But the base game is really solid. And also some really good weapons, really useful weapons.
And unique ones at that.
Okay, sure, not all of them are winners. What is the gravity well? What is the gravity hold? Gravity well?
This I don't even remember what it's supposed to do.
It's it damages enemy and like draws in and
so inefficient.
And then X4 or I don't think this is. I don't think this. This isn't a hot take at all.
No.
X4 or once more evolve the series. Even
it made Zero fully playable character.
Or having his own story.
So that's really neat.
And also it just feels good to play.
Mm-hmm.
It feels really satisfying to play.
A solid level design. Good weapons.
Yeah, so some pretty good weapons.
Yeah, good weapons.
And also and then okay, yes, pretty bad voice acting.
Admittedly so.
Very infamous.
Very infamously bad voice acting at that, but yeah.
And it's all warm.
Yep.
Yes. And also this was the game to reveal. This was the game that the game that revealed to I think mainly to everyone else
That wasn't already to Western audiences more directly that spoilers.
Yeah.
Dr. Wily was the one who created Zero.
Which is why, but I think that was the plan all along. That was always the plan.
Yeah.
But this was the game that revealed Zero was Wily's his last creation. and the game doesn't really delve much into that. I think like all of 2 cutscene is relate to it.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I think, yeah, right, yeah. Zero's techniques are also really cool, pretty cool. And also, he has even if one of those is just even if one of those is just the purple saber.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zero's campaign is a lot harder. Due to being up close. Due to need to be up close. For to fight.
Yep.
But yeah, X4 is a great time. I might. I'm.
Definitely check it out if you haven't.
Then there's a 04.
Or the peak of the Zero series.
Well, not actually.
No.
But the finale to the
Finale to the Zero series.
It is, and I think yes, it has issues. It also can be kind of be a little grindy.
But ultimately is just a really solid finisher to the Zero series.
Yeah, the only one of the 2 series that actually
got a proper conclusion.
And not some kind of cliffhanger
Alongside
Battle Network. So there's 04 or just does. Yeah, you have like this custom cyber elf you can customize.
Instead of the original cyber elf system.
But yeah, there's also like the crafting system. Where you can make a bunch of where you can make certain armor part, certain upgrades.
So that's pretty cool.
It's It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I'll admit, I only did my first playthrough was just us playing casually.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't bother with that part of the game.
Which is fair.
I mean, God, 100% of the Zero games is not recommended.
They're pretty difficult to do so in.
Yeah. And there's and also like you can actually get the EX weapon and for the bosses, and I think playing under certain certain conditions. But you don't have to have a certain rank to do it. I think 04 works pretty well as the finale to the series. That's all of A tier and caps off A tier.
Your finale to A tier as well.
Oh.
And going into should we remember to save your favorite of the 3 for last?
All right.
Other than that, going chronological.
This is the last tier?
Yep.
We're on the last
tier favorites.
Last 3 games.
Nice. I apologize for being quiet, by the way,
That's all right.
everybody. I'm just over here making edits.
I know you don't have much to say about Mega Man.
Yeah.
No, almost!
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, so next, so I think we have then there'd be S's favorites. So, all right, I can't explain this one.
So let's just get it out of the way.
I can't explain this one. It's Mega Man X6.
This has no right being in.
I know.
Tier.
I very well know. It's fundamentally broken, and some of these the level design is pretty terrible. The fucking the random nature of Ground Scaravage. It's the fucking the 5 Nightmare Snake. X and Blaze Heatnix's stage. The straight line of that is Infinity Maginian.
The gate stages. X6 deserves some love.
Yeah. Yes, the fucking gate stage. Yeah, the gate stages. Dear God.
Odd, but like
there's
just something about it.
I don't know what it is. There's something about it. there's something about it. And I, it, it's not the it's sure it also it's utterly unbalanced with like it's between the two characters. Or Zero utterly destroys the game.
Hey, but like,
I don't. I can't. It's really complicated.
I know that I see that for some reason you return to this game very often.
And I legit can't explain it in what it is. Why do I keep going back to this damn game?
And that is one of the greatest mysteries of mankind.
Why do I keep playing X6 even though I know I addressed that it's not very good?
You're allowed to like something in that you objectively think is bad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, X6 is just really complicated.
It's like, I like fast food. It's not really technically good, but I like fast food.
Then I'd say 03. 03. Move on to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the one that refining in ever taking.
Taking what the first two Zero games put down and refining it.
Removing the damn star system.
Because that was miserable.
That was stupid. And also having some really, also just having it just feeling satisfying to play. Just.
And you know what? Just generally, the first day aims, but way more polished.
It should also just be and just it's like all the there's just so much to it. Like especially that climax. Especially the climax. X with Omega.
That is very, very cool.
Yeah, using Zero's original body, and then and making the ultimate decision to just destroy it. It because it's still it doesn't matter what body, it's still it's still me.
It's a really nice character moment for Zero.
Yeah, it's still what doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what body it is. It's what I do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think 03 just yeah, it does have a lot of there is also just a lot of closure in some places. Is like X is also X the original X finally moving on.
On. Oh yeah, doesn't he like move on to like the afterlife?
I think it's like he finally its energy finally ran out.
Yeah.
Out and Copy X is destroyed for good.
So it feels like 04 is more so just picking up the pieces. Okay.
Yeah, 04 or was that just finally just. Yeah, 04 was there for the proper for the big conclusion.
And what an X3 setup.
The 03 setup of just you still got a while on the loose.
You just gotta deal with that guy.
But 03 just it's so refined. Alright,
it's hard not to appreciate it.
And now my absolute favorite.
And if you've been counting the numbers, you'll know which game this is.
It's Mega Man 6.
Mm-hmm. The last of the NES games.
Yeah, the 8-bit finale in the NES era.
And boy, what a banger they went out on.
There is a sense. There was clearly a sense of finality to this one. On a massive tournament and with robots from around the world.
Dr. Wily pretending to be someone else.
It's just him with a fucking
outfit.
This is fucking wearing a cloak and fucking glasses. Isn't a beard.
Dr. Wily.
He's
somehow extremely goofy in the classic series, extremely menacing, and looked back on in every other series.
Oh my god, it's so dumb.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes, easily the dumbest fake out setup.
But yeah, that aside.
But yeah, the level design is really strong level design.
I'm with lots of personality.
Incredible, really good weapons
And for the most part.
for the most part. It looks great for an NES game.
And like, god damn.
Yeah, the game. Yeah, this really shows it was a late NES title.
I know, and they knew exactly how to work with this console. To make a very high quality product.
Sure, it's a little on the easy side. The game is a little easy.
Yeah, but that's really a footnote to just the sheer amount of polish and fun this game delivers.
Yeah, you. The power and jet adapters.
One for dealing massive damage and breaking blocks, and one for to help with difficult platforming.
The one to fly that lets you fly for a few seconds.
And then helps a lot with difficult platforming.
And yeah. And I think the biggest sense was just Mega Man brings a fucking rope.
He brought a rope.
He brought a rope and arrested Wily. If that wasn't a that would be a definitive ending. I mean I think it was.
Yeah, it was going to be.
I think that was meant to be the end.
We were just gonna go stay with Mega Man X after that.
And then the to be continued there. Because yeah, 307 didn't come out for another 2 years, meaning they clearly had no intentions of continuing the series.
At the time.
I think X1 came out just a few months after 6. Because that's clearly what it was meant to be. But yeah, some fans thought fans would be a bit alienated. But 6 just it's always fun to go back to this one.
It's just nothing but fond memories.
It just shows how much the series evolved in that time. How sticking to the NES actually helped was actually beneficial.
All the series, because that's what they knew.
When finally and had refined it, it's so much. But I think I'm starting to ramble a little. We have been talking for
nearly 2 hours.
So
I think that's about time to wrap it up.
So that being said,
tomorrow's video
is on classic Mega Man weapons.
And yes, there are 2 more Mega Man videos.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's being classic weapons and X series weapons ends on what's today? On the 4th, the 5th.
On the 5th.
Quick question.
What?
Have you guys thought about it?
What? No.
Reveal?
The root.
No.
No. But that being it. So, either way, I'm Nosren.
I'm Emery.
I'm Bok Choi.
And bonjour,
Bonjour, my wonderful viewers. See you in the next video.
Yeet!